before the last train disappears into the rain. Some Japanese stations become strangely alive, not because of the lights, but because a cat is still waiting there. A station is a place built for leaving, but a cat changes the meaning of departure. It makes the platform feel less like an ending. Travelers pass through with wet coats, heavy bags, and thoughts they do not say aloud. The station cat asks for none of them. It only sits near the bench, near the vending machine, near the thin line between going home and having nowhere to go. In Japan, thresholds have always mattered. Temple gates, paper doors, bridges, platform edges, cats seem to understand them without being taught. The first person to trust the station cat may have been someone too tired to explain loneliness. The cat did not solve it, it simply shared the space. Rain makes every station honest. It removes the noise, softens the lights, and leaves only footsteps, breath. A young student misses the last train after a long day of expectations. Beside her shoe, a tuxedo cat arrives like a quiet exception. The cat does not know exams, family pressure, or the cold glow of a phone screen. It only knows she has stopped moving. For a few minutes, they look toward the same dark tracks, and the station becomes less empty than it was before. An elderly man buys warm coffee from a vending machine, not because he is thirsty, but because his hands need to remember warmth. The old tabby recognizes routine, the same coat, the same bench, the same human silence returning after sunset. Some companionship begins without touching. A cat sits nearby, and the human body slowly remembers it is not abandoned. Beyond the platform, small alleys collect the travelers who are not ready to go home yet. Under paper lanterns, a station cat crosses between ramen steam, bicycle wheels, and the soft sadness of people eating alone. The city keeps moving, but cats notice the pause, the second before someone leaves, the second after someone has been left. A nurse comes back from a hospital night shift, carrying too many bright rooms inside her mind. At the station exit, a black cat rubs against her ankle, turning 12 hours of exhaustion into one survivable moment. This is why station cats feel trusted. They do not demand strength from people who have none left to perform. At a tiny countryside station, the cat knows the morning train, the school children, the bent umbrella of the station master. The station master pretends not to care. Yet every night, he leaves a dry cardboard square beneath the awning. No ceremony is needed. A folded towel, a shallow bowl, a quiet corner. Sometimes kindness looks like infrastructure. During typhoon rain, the station becomes a lantern inside water, and the cat becomes the small guardian of that lantern. The late train rushes through without stopping. Wind shakes the signs. Water trembles on the platform. The cat remains still. People trust stillness when the world is loud. That may be the oldest reason humans trusted cats in the dark. Not every station cat lives only at the station. Some follow the path home, through narrow streets, past closed shops, and wet stone steps. At a grandmother's doorway, the same cat appears before dawn. She opens the door as if greeting a relative who never gives a name. A bowl of rice water, a piece of fish, a dry towel. Small offerings turn a stray animal into part of the household weather. The cat eats, then returns to the station before the first commuter arrives, as if guarding both home and departure. A station cat belongs to no one. That is why everyone can imagine being chosen by it. On a seaside line, the platform smells of salt, rust, and rain on old wood. Fishermen pass before sunrise, their faces hidden beneath caps, their hands carrying the night sea. The harbor cat watches them board the early train, a small witness to people who leave before the town wakes. In mountain villages, the tracks cut through cedar fog. The cat appears like a soft thought between trees and steel. There are stations where the forest stands so close. The platform feels like a threshold into another world. A cat walking there does not look lost. It looks like the only creature that understands both directions. During festival nights, lanterns glow near the station road. Children laugh. Masks shine. Rain waits in the air. The cat hides beneath a wooden stall, watching sandals, paper bags, and the quick hands of families buying sweets. Even joy needs a witness. The cat sees what people forget to notice while happiness is happening. Later, when the lanterns go out, the same street becomes quiet again, and the cat keeps the memory of footsteps. A traveler sleeping on a station bench is never a beautiful image, unless a cat curls near the suitcase and changes the scene entirely. The animal does not erase hardship, but it gives the frame a second meaning. Someone is near, something warm remains. This is the secret of backyard cat mind. The cat is not decoration, it is the emotional anchor of the human world. In small apartments above the tracks, people hear trains at night like distant weather. A cat at the window watches the same lights pass again and again. Inside, a tired human sits with tea going cold. The station continues beyond the platform, into kitchens, windows, umbrellas drying by the door. Some travelers return home because they saw the cat waiting. Some return tomorrow because they hope to see it again. Memory attaches itself to small beings, a certain bench, a certain night, a cat that looked up at exactly the right moment. At sunrise, the vending machine light becomes less important. The cat stretches beneath the first pale blue of morning, as if the entire night has passed through its body and become calm. Commuters arrive with clean shoes, folded newspapers, and faces prepared for the day. They do not know what the station held at 3 in the morning, but the cat knows. It knows the missed trains, the silent crying, the elderly hands around warm coffee, the nurse who almost broke. It knows because it stayed, and sometimes staying is the gentlest form of protection. A station cat is not lucky because it brings money. It is lucky because it makes a public place feel briefly personal. It turns transit into shelter, waiting into companionship, and loneliness into something shared. Perhaps that is why travelers trusted station cats. Not because cats knew the schedule, but because they knew the silence between departures. Every culture has animals that guard thresholds. In Japan, the station cat guards one of the most modern thresholds of all. Between arrival and leaving, city and village, public life and private grief, night and morning. The cat belongs there because it refuses to hurry. In a world built around movement, it becomes the quiet center. A train can carry a person across the country, but sometimes a cat beside the platform carries them through the night. When the rain stops, tracks shine like black ribbons. The last drops fall from the roof in slow rhythm. The cat walks away from the bench, not dramatically, not like a legend ending, just like a living creature continuing its route. That ordinary movement is what makes it sacred. Mystery does not always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it has wet paws. The traveler watches it disappear down the station steps and feels the strange mercy of having been seen without being questioned. By morning, the station looks normal again. But if you have ever been lonely at night, you know some places are never only places. Some platforms become shelters. Some shelters become memories, and some memories keep the shape of a cat. So if you ever miss the last train in your own life, look for the small guardian near the edge of the light. And when the first train finally arrives, the traveler stands a little differently, not healed completely, but no longer alone in the memory of the night.